The distress signal from Outpost Kepler 442 came through at 0347 hours, Earth Standard Time. By 0348, it had gone silent forever. Elsa Chen stood on the observation deck of the ESS Retribution, watching the stars streak past as the massive dreadnought tore through hyperspace at velocities that would have seemed impossible just a generation ago. Her reflection in the reinforced glass showed a woman who had aged a decade in the 72 hours since the attack. Her eyes hollow, her jaw set like tempered steel. "They're calling it a massacre," William Torres said quietly, approaching from behind. The tactical officer's uniform was crisp despite the extended watch rotations, but his hands trembled slightly as he handed her the tablet. 347 colonists. 17 of them were children. Elsa took the report without looking at it. She had memorized every number, every name. Her sister had been stationed at Kepler 442. Had been. Past tense now. The Zarkathi had made their statement clear. Humanity had expanded too far, grown too ambitious. The attack was meant to be a lesson, a warning delivered in blood and ash. They had broadcast their victory across every frequency, their chittering laughter translated into a dozen human languages. They wanted Earth to know. They wanted humanity to be afraid. They had made a catastrophic miscalculation. "How long until we reach Zarkath Prime?" Elsa asked, her voice devoid of emotion. 16 hours, William replied. "The fleet will converge in formation. 43 capital ships, carrier groups, and..." He paused. "Captain, the Planetary Council is still debating proportional response. There are those who think..." "I don't care what they think," Elsa cut him off. Her eyes finally met his, and William saw something in them that made him take an involuntary step back. It wasn't rage. Rage was hot, impulsive. This was something else entirely. Cold, calculated, absolute. The Zarkathi wanted to teach us a lesson about consequences. We're going to be excellent students. The crew of the Retribution had been handpicked. Every man and woman aboard had lost someone at Kepler 442. This wasn't just a military operation. It was personal. When the call had gone out, volunteers had numbered in the millions. Earth hadn't just mobilized its fleet, it had weaponized its grief. William pulled up the holographic display, showing the Zarkathi home system in shimmering blue light. Their planetary shields are impressive. Layered defense networks, automated weapons platforms, orbital fortresses. It would take months to crack through conventional assault. "We're not going to crack through them," Elsa said. "Show me the star." The display shifted, zooming out to show Zarkath Prime's sun, a stable yellow dwarf not unlike Earth's own Sol. William's eyes widened as he understood. "Captain, the stellar disruption array is still experimental. The simulation showed it would work," Elsa interrupted. "Humanity spent 2 centuries learning how to weaponize everything in the universe. Stars included." She turned to face him fully. "They killed our children, William. They broadcasted their atrocity like it was entertainment. They wanted us to know that we were inferior, that our expansion would be met with annihilation. And now they learn what humanity does to those who threaten our family." 16 hours later, the human fleet dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Zarkathi system. The aliens' initial response was confident, almost mocking. Their transmission spoke of humanity's foolishness, of walking into a slaughter. Then the Retribution and her sister ships began their work. The stellar disruption array wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense. It didn't fire projectiles or energy beams. Instead, it did something far more terrible. It used precisely calibrated gravitational pulses to destabilize the delicate fusion processes within a star's core. Elsa watched from the command deck as the array powered up, drawing energy from the fleet's combined reactors. The mathematics were elegant in their brutality. Humanity had learned to read the universe's fundamental forces like a language, and now they were writing a very specific sentence. "Array at full power," William reported, his voice steady despite the magnitude of what they were about to do. "All ships report ready. Captain, once we initiate, there's no stopping it. Zarkath Prime has approximately 8 billion inhabitants." "They should have thought about that before attacking Kepler 442, Elsa said. "Fire!" The array released its pulse, invisible, unstoppable, and absolutely devastating. It would take 8 minutes for the effects to reach the star, the same 8 minutes it took for the star's light to reach its planets. The Zarkathi must have detected something because their transmissions changed. Confusion, then panic, then desperate pleas for mercy. Elsa's hand hovered over the communications console. She could broadcast a message, explain that this was justice, that humanity had been forced into this corner. Instead, she remained silent. Let them wonder. Let them die wondering. The star's light flickered once, then twice. Then it began to brighten. Stellar cascade initiated, William announced. The star is going nova. Estimated time until total system sterilization, 4 hours. Across the fleet there was no celebration. No cheers or triumphant shouts. Just silence as 43 ships and their crews watched a world die. As the Zarkathi sun began its death throes, Elsa finally spoke. Her words transmitted across all human channels. This is Captain Elsa Chen of the ESS Retribution. Today we have answered an act of barbarism with absolute certainty. Let every species in this galaxy understand. Humanity protects its own. We sought peace among the stars, but we will wage war beyond comprehension if forced. The Zarkathi attacked our families. We have erased their entire civilization. She paused, watching the growing light on the view screen. Let this be the last lesson anyone needs. 4 hours later, where Zarkath Prime had once orbited, there was only superheated debris and radiation. 8 billion lives gone in stellar fire. The galaxy had learned what humanity was capable of when pushed too far. And they recoiled in terror. William found Elsa in her quarters after it was over, staring at a photograph of her sister and her sister's family. Tears ran silently down her cheeks. Was it worth it? He asked quietly. Elsa was silent for a long moment. I don't know, she finally whispered. But they'll never hurt another human child again. None of them will. She was right. In the centuries that followed, humanity's borders were never again violated. The lesson had been learned, written in the ashes of an entire world. Humanity had reached for the stars seeking peace. But when peace was denied, they had proven they could unmake worlds with the same hands that built them. The age of human expansion continued unopposed and unmatched, guided by a single principle: never again.